Welcome into the Ringerverse. This is, of course, the Ringers Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve, the architect Ahlman. You've got questions, he's got answers. We are Jomi, the explainer Adeniran, the builder and tinkerer of things. We are Coke Baby Chuck, he of the receding, resurgent hairline. We are
all right.
Old Man Van.
Let's not do that.
AKA Hollywood Lathan, AKA the Brunch Hottie, AKA the 24-karat closer. Together we are known as the Midnight Boys. You guys, just want to switch it up to see if anyone was paying attention when we switched the monikers.
A lot of black men at the Ringer have been hating on my hairline, wishing on my downfall, I will just say.
Wow. Yeah, it's not time yet. Plus, it doesn't look like it's going to happen by the time...
Whoa, knock on fucking wood. That's what they all say.
I just said it doesn't look like it's going to happen. By the time I was your age, you could already see.
Like it was just getting...
It was like, I went to the barber one time, and I was like, yo, man, why do we do it like this? And he went, kind of thin over there. I was like, what? Moi?
You were how old?
I was probably about 32.
You didn't try to put any of the spray on the hairline?
I'm anti the spray. But look, shout out to Trey. Trey kept me looking like I had no problems with it for as long as he was a magician. Now he just doesn't have anything to work with.
That's fair.
Damn. I mean, look, if I got a good head of hair, is the line. I just got to bring the line back. Follow us on socials, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. For now, save Jomi's job. Jomi?
Guys, you know, with all this video we're getting, we're going to be posting all these clips on social, man. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. People are already rocking with this, you know? So, guys, make sure to subscribe. Hey, I see we're on video now. I can look at y'all in the eyes. Make sure y'all are subscribing. Make sure y'all are liking. Appreciate it.
I don't like the desperation.
Yes, I don't like it either.
Desperation.
It's not coming from a place of strength, you know?
Look, what do you...
If they like or subscribe, they will. Like,
see,
you don't have to beg for it.
See what I'm saying? That's how I know y'all not locked in. Literally every single content creator.
And I hate it when they do it.
I hate it when they do it.
What are you supposed to... Hey, man.
It's thirsty.
Y'all can follow if y'all want. Just don't pay my bills or nothing. Like, y'all just
I'm just saying don't beg.
No, because the way they do it is they go, hey, man, like and subscribe. Thank you. It helps a lot. You just went, hey,
I need to eat. What you mean?
Jomi, we
gotta pay me to find like a subscriber.
Jomi, thumbs up.
Jomi, we gotta get this
one meal.
I'm not
for just one thumbs up a day.
I'm not acting like I'm above it. I'm not gonna
have to be above it.
Well, clearly you want me to act like man.
It's not about being above
it. But you always shouted like the Star Wars account shouted us out. Yo, me and Akon, you want to come through the show? I'm like, just relax, bro.
Nah, man. Nah, listen. See, this is how I know I already know you made it. And you already, you got to Hollywood. You above it, man. Listen,
Hollywood.
Need it.
Hollywood.
You got to have it. You got to have it.
Right.
Don't know what to tell you.
Do you feel like it's effective, though?
Absolutely, 100%. Look, the numbers bear out for themselves.
Yeah.
All right, talk that shit, Jomi.
Okay, cool. We're now on YouTube. You can watch every Midnight Boys House of R Talk to Thrones episode. YouTube.com/Ringerverse. We'll be covering Acolyte, The Boys, House of Dragon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Look, we dropped the trailer. I gotta say something.
We did.
Cinema.
Who put that trailer together?
That's
that'd be Corey and Aleya.
Yeah.
Corey and Aleya.
Just Corey.
Zenieris and Paris. Like it. So Aleya, you had nothing to do with it?
No, Corey edited it.
Okay, but did you do anything?
I was just there.
I was like, I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking. I don't like this. Sisters are doing it by themselves.
For themselves. It's every time it's for themselves.
I don't know why you put baby in the corner and say that you didn't have anything to do with it. I saw you there. I seen you do it.
I was just there.
She was helping me not do the nasty girl dance.
That day. Yeah. I will take credit for all the Midnight Boys episodes. I do all that, but other than that,
give it up for Aleya.
Let's give it up for Aleya.
Thank you.
Damn. All right, let's not do any like clapping just in general, because when they do that shit, when Nor does that shit, I was like,
well, who does it?
Nori.
Oh,
Drink
yeah,
champs.
Drink champs.
When they clap that.
Oh, right.
we gotta make sure.
Hey, he was able to sit down. Okay, give it up. I mean, but Drink Champs is a very positive show, and that's very important.
Sure.
I love Nori.
What?
It's a positive show. It's positive in that they give positive feedback to the people on the show. It's positive.
I've seen them Kanye interviews.
Oh, Kanye interviews. Okay, whatever. Different things for different people. Okay. Also, the Ringerverse will be live at the El Rey Theater this summer in LA. We'll be there July 17th. Talk to Thrones will be there June 25th. Check out ringer.com/events for more information. We're going to be there. We're going to do it, all of us together. Now, we don't know what the run of show is going to be, but there are some people that have been reaching out that they might want to pop up and talk to the audience.
Pop out and show niggas?
They might want to pop out and show niggas. We might have some special guests. I haven't even run by Arjuna yet. I'm just going to bring them out.
I'll tell you a special guest who's going to be there already. I can tell you right now. It's going to be me. It's my birthday, so I'll be the...
Oh, Joe,
Clap it up for Jomi. Drink champs.
Jomi, how old are you turning?
28.
So 28. So I just want to I want to let people know something real quick. I get a lot of flack. I'm 44 years old, and I get a lot of flack on here for being old, right? I want to let you guys know something. You guys are not young.
No.
You're 28 years old. You're damn near 40.
Yeah.
And you're well into your 30s.
I'm 31,
I
man.
want to let you guys know something.
Relax.
I am old.
Yeah.
But you guys are not young.
Yeah.
We're catching right up.
Yeah.
Kick the shit into gear. Get your fucking life moving.
Whoa, y'all already know.
Get married. Stop whoring.
What? Whoa.
Like, settle down.
Making him the
Find
most money for that is nuts.
That's nuts.
Okay.
That's
Get out the
I've never
street.
seen that.
Whoa, I'm
Get out of
never.
the street.
Okay. And as for you, stop begging people online. Grow up.
Nah,
All right.
Jeez.
I got a job to do.
Occasionally we podcast.
Providers! Check out House of R's deep dive on the Acolyte episode 3. Very interesting to see what they have to say. Friday Mid Edition returns to give you their review of Inside Out 2. I heard you guys went to see that with Arjuna. I heard it was delightful.
It was great.
Had a
I
blast.
saw it as well. It was really good.
You enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Interesting. I never saw the first one. Sunday, Talk to Thrones returns with their reaction to season 2 of Hold It. Goated and Hold It. Are you guys excited for the premiere of Hold It?
House of the Dragon? Yes.
It's pronounced Hot D, actually.
Hot D.
Jeez.
It's Hot D.
It's Hot D.
It's
Let's
Hot
clap
D.
it up for Hot D.
Hot D.
Hot D, baby.
Hot D. Let's go.
Clap it up for Hot D.
Yeah.
Drink champs.
Love us some Hot D.
Clap it up for Hot D. Wow. Next week, the Midnight Boys will be back with our reactions to the Hot D premiere.
That's
Yeah.
That's fine. And Acolyte and the boys. On today's show, we're giving you our instant reactions to season premiere of The Boys, episodes 1 through 3. Spoiler warning for The Boys. Look, we've been covering this show for a while. We're going to spoil a lot of stuff from past seasons. I couldn't imagine that you would be watching the show without having been caught up on past seasons. Also, we're going to be spoiling probably some stuff in Gen V, The Boys universe, The Boys expanded universe, Vought, all that stuff. We're going to spoil it all. Roll spoiler warning. We're getting ready to talk about
The Boys.
You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming. Okay, before we get into the show, we got to put you in the know. The only person that can do that is Charles. The only way to do that is the Midnight Manifest. Chuck, take it away.
All right, this is your Midnight Manifest for The Boys, Season 4, developed by Eric Kripke, based on Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson's 2006 comic. Butcher has a few months to live as a result of using Temp B and is struggling with Ryan's decision to live with Homelander. Meanwhile, Homelander is going through some things. He's aging, failing at parenting, is surrounded by sycophants, also miserable that he's gotten everything and still isn't happy, and is on trial for murder. To get out of these predicaments, Homelander partners with the smartest sentient being on the planet, aka Sister Sage, to solve all of his problems. Mother's Milk is now the leader of the boys, who are bankrolled by the CIA and trying to stop Victoria from getting to the White House. The boys begin to unravel Homelander and Sister Sage's plot to destroy American democracy and replace it with a superhero military state, but the various members of the boys are falling apart. Huey's dad has a stroke, and the mother that abandoned him has returned. Kimiko struggles through therapy. Frenchie is falling in love with the man whose family he killed, and a ghost from Starlight's past called Firecracker joins the Seven and is hell-bent on ruining Annie's life. And that has been your Midnight Manifest for The Boys, Season 4.
Fantastic job, Chuck. Look, before we get into our reactions to episode 1 through 3, where the show left off the last time, Chuck, what were you excited about to see from season 4 of The Boys? And what were you a little bit maybe leery about whether or not they were going to be able to pull it off or expand the story?
I don't know if it was excitement, but I think when The Boys comes back, I think The Boys has always had what a lot of modern streaming television hasn't been able to achieve, which is it has a classic feel. It has propulsion. These are characters that you want to spend time with. Honestly, in season 4 at this point, it's basically a workplace comedy. It sounds weird to think of like Homelander as like a character you want to spend time with, but it's like when he's next to the Deep or A-Train, just hijinks are always going to ensue. And I think Eric Kripke and co. have done a really, really amazing job whenever you watch the show, feeling like you are in safe television hands, that this is at least worth your time. I think the thing that I was worried about is I think the show was showing signs of aging already a little bit, just in terms of like how many more seasons can Homelander and Butcher not kill each other? How many more seasons can we go in this certain rhythm, which is essentially there's going to be new members of the Seven. Those members of the Seven are going to get fucked up and most likely killed. The boys are going to be like, Butcher, we don't want you on the team anymore. And then Butcher is somehow going to find his way back on the team. And Homelander is going to be like, I'm going to destroy the world. And then he's not going to destroy the world. And these are all things that I think are very TV-esque. You kind of have to give yourself over to it. But I was wondering in season 4, I'm like, how do you buck that trend? How do you keep making this as exciting and irreverent and subversive as maybe some of the early seasons?
What's the elixir to that, in your opinion? Some of the common tropes of the show, before we even get into episodes 1 through 3, Homelander has become the lead of the show. Butcher was clearly the lead of the show before, but it seems like the world of the boys now revolves not around Butcher's need to destroy Soups, but around Homelander's angst from being the most powerful being on Earth, from being bad, from being a dad, from being this political figure. It seems like there's even Homelander's view on humanity and how fragile they are and how breakable they are. It's kind of the ethos of the show now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So before you even saw one frame of it, what would you have wanted to see the show do in order to deal with some of the things that you feel like it was falling into?
So I think what I was hoping for the show, and this is, The Boys is not Succession at all. It's not. But I think Succession made a very, very, what was that?
Because you're about to compare it to Succession. This is a segment I want to do.
Oh boy.
Called Dip on the Chip.
Dip on the chip.
Oh man, sound.
This is when Charles starts a take,
Okay.
and we, after the take, have to decide whether or not Charles has a little bit too much dip.
A dip
Okay.
chip
on
rating.
the
I'll try to
chip.
land this plane.
Okay, so you're going to compare The Boys to Succession. Dip on the chip. Let's see if he can do it.
So I'm not comparing The Boys to Succession
Fucking liar. You've already
quality-wise
started.
or about what they're about, but I do think that if you look at spoiler alerts for Succession, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. Spoiler alerts. Logan, very, very quickly you realize became the axis of that show,
Mhm.
where it's just like everything kind of revolved around him. And then in that final season,
Yeah.
they did the magic trick of, oh, we're getting rid of him when you least expect it.
Yeah.
And that was something where I was just like, in Succession, I think it worked, and in some ways it didn't, because once Logan was gone, you were just like, oh, it reminded you how much he was the son of the show.
Yeah.
And I think for Homelander, they have a very similar thing where it's just like, oh, can this show work or exist if you get rid of him? Like, can this show keep going on if the boys are ever successful? Or now that Eric Kripke has revealed that there's only one more season after this, will this season have a stakes problem where we kind of can intuit that Homelander is going to be fine and Butcher is going to be fine? Because Kripke has basically said, this show is about these two forces going up against each other. And that's what I think has made the show a little bit like, oh, okay, whatever happens, I know that Butcher is walking away. I know that Homelander is walking away, which sometimes I'm just like, from scene to scene makes it a little bit hard for me to be worried about them, to be honest.
Where do we give that as far as the chip and the dip rating?
It started strong, but I actually think that that's a decent amount of dip on the chip.
I think it's fair.
It's a fair amount of dip.
Ooh,
I think it's fair.
I disagree. I thought that the chip was pretty clean, but you think he has too much dip on his chip?
I don't think he has
I
too
agree.
much. I think he has a decent amount because
Oh,
I think
yeah. Give it up for Charles.
Drink champs.
Yeah.
But like I'll bump on that a tiny bit because say we have the goalpost of a season finale of season 5, and assuming that like the show's going to play by the numbers and maybe Homelander dies second to last episode, whatever, like even to start of thinking in those terms, I think that's a bit of shooting ourselves in the foot to know that the show can still probably be shocking and still give us something interesting, because you'll note that like at the end of Succession, we had like 4 more episodes after Logan's death for the rest of the team, the rest of the kids to figure out what they were doing, who they were, what they were going to be after all of this. I think if we knock the axis out from under this show, and let's say Homelander dies at the end of this season, what does a whole season without Homelander look like?
No, I'm not saying that season would be good, but I even look at it for Butcher, where it's like Butcher's whole thing this season is Butcher gonna die? He only has a couple more months. And I'm like, wait, how can Butcher die? So much of this show is about Butcher and Homelander. So every single time they zoom in on his
little abscess in his brain.
Of his brain, I'm just like, am I really worried about Butcher? And I like leave it being like, no, not really. Like Butcher, there's no show without him.
Jomi?
I think to expand on Charles's point, it's a little tough because Logan meant so much for those kids and for everybody in that world. So even when he dies, he's still there.
Yeah.
Right? His presence is still felt. For Homelander, it's a little difficult because that's what everybody wants. Right? If he dies, they're like, hey, great job, guys. We did it. How do you continue the story? Is it like The Wire where you kill Stringer, then Marlowe comes in? I don't think The Boys has that. I don't think it's rare to find somebody as central, as powerful as Anthony Starr, as Homelander, and then to come in and have somebody like have another villain. I don't really see it. So to your point, I do think you kind of have to, that's kind of the breaks where Homelander and Butcher, after that, we're kind of just like, all right, cool.
So interesting. I'll step away from the Succession comparison, even though I understand the centrality of the character and how and the comparison now. I do get it. I don't think Homelander has to die. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
I don't think Homelander has to die because the show, and we'll get into the show now, the first 3 episodes, is essentially about, in my opinion, super beings living with human beings. And Homelander represents the worst of super beings, and Butcher represents the worst of human beings. They are connected through a bloodlust and an obsession with each other that demonstrates something. That if they could figure it out, those 2 characters, then everyone could. Like when you think about Butcher, he treats humanity not that much differently than Homelander does. Homelander is always breaking eggs and making his omelet. Butcher is always breaking eggs and making his omelet, right? And so there's something that both of those characters could realize, or a truce that could come through them, which is very, very interesting what the sun represents between them. The sun represents the tugging, the push-pull between those 2 characters. Which side is he going to choose? Is he going to choose to be this all-powerful ogre that bends the world to his will? Or is he going to choose to be this rebellious, desperate humanity that is fighting for every inch of its place in this world that's seeking to be dominated by soups? It's interesting. The boy will probably, in my opinion, choose something different, which is what the show is asking. The show is asking, to me, if Butcher can step to the side, if Homelander can step to the side, and if they can choose just something other than what they're doing. So I don't think he necessarily has to die for that. And I think, we can get into it now, in these first 3 episodes, the show to me is hinting at Homelander's rehabilitation to me.
You think so?
Wow.
I do. Not rehabilitation in terms of Homelander is going to be the good guy.
Right, but
rehabilitation in terms of maybe there's a version of the show where Homelander just goes away and decides to go live in his version of the Fortress of Solitude.
like a Dr. Manhattan, I'm tired of these people, goes off to Mars.
Kind of a situation to where all of the silly foibles of people don't seem as pressing to him anymore, and he just decides to deal with his shit. I don't know that Homelander has to die at some point for the boys to finish its narrative arc.
That's a fair point. I'm curious to see, because again, like obviously in these first 3 episodes, you get the most, like, I guess, dramatic weight from Homelander because he's struggling to be taken seriously. He wants to find somebody that's on his level intellectually, at least to know what moves he can play for like the betterment of humanity and like how to better influence this. And I really like the Sister Sage addition into this, where like
You like her?
she's cool. Like again, here we go. No, I like the idea that like she's just kind of like
Sage.
book it.
It's lots more new characters than
Did he
that.
call-
I said that so neutrally.
You say Sister Sage?
Oh yeah, no, they
Can-
added the sister thing.
Yeah,
That's
can
I
you-
can't
can
say
you
that.
say Sister Sage?
Can
Well,
I say
he can say Sister Sage. I mean,
Sister Sage.
she's not his sister,
That's fair.
but he can say it. But of all the characters, I really like.
To be
Sister
fair, she
Sage.
doesn't like the sister part because they added the sister.
It is true, but like, why do you like Sister Sage so much?
Because I like she's in the realm of characters that when she plays somebody that's smart and it's played up to be grandiose and like, you know, epic, she's just this bookish kind of insular person that just reads a lot and retains all this information and can diagnose that he's getting sick and he's got inflammation and all these things. And I like that.
You're saying she's one of the smart ones.
God damn,
Tough.
man. Can
Why-
we just
why-
let
tough.
Steve,
Like, why?
like...
That's
Well,
tough.
like,
All right,
what-
no, we're not doing it. Here's the
what?
thing. The YouTube audience, we're going to get a lot of new viewers. And now that they can visually see us beating up on Steve, I feel like it's
I
just
didn't-
not going to go
First
great.
of all, can I just say something real quick?
It's
That
more.
wasn't a beat up. Steve said that he.
No, you were trying to play chess there.
I wasn't
And
playing
you're
chess.
backing this,
There
you're
are a
backing me
lot
into
of
that
new things.
corner.
There are a lot, like there are a lot of new characters. Steve,
Uh-huh.
by the way, I gotta say something about the YouTube,
Guys.
the YouTube trailer.
Guys.
Did you like
Steve
that?
was watching a TED talk
Oh, my God.
from Coleman Hughes,
Jesus Christ.
whose book I'm reading right now, the book that imagines a color-blind society. I'm sorry, Steve. That was the wrong fucking shit for you to like.
Should I play the drums? Is that me?
Play the drums.
Okay.
Yeah, we might have to.
That was the wrong shit for you to have played, man. Coleman, I've been looking for you on Higher Learning. I want to have a debate with you. God damn it. Coleman says I'm a neo-racist. I'm not a neo-racist.
Interesting.
Oh, what?
So Coleman Hughes has this thing
Oh,
that like, the book is called The End of Race Politics. I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
Coleman Hughes has his things to where he says that people like Ibram X. Kendi, like Nicole Hannah-Jones, that they're actually the racists of now. They're the racists. You ever see on Fox News when someone goes, hey, I'm not a racist, you're the racist.
yes.
And so that's Coleman Hughes' whole book. And it's actually a very enlightening book in terms of his worldview and stuff like that. I completely disagree with him, but the brother's very well thought out. And when I saw that you were watching something from him, I'm like, that's so fucking Steve right there. And you come back in here
Misguided and
wrong and
Mhm.
not using the proper context. And now you love Sister Sage because she's so smart. She's so smart. She made it out of the Detroit public school system.
Oh
and now
my
became one of the-
Interesting.
Man, so what I liked
So,
about
yeah.
episodes 1 and 3, I think to the Homelander point, he is the main character, right? I think in this first 2 episodes, he's struggling with aging, like we all do, mortality. What does it mean to leave a legacy?
Wait, really quick, though. Bro, why does he keep... How many gray hairs does he got down there?
It's
There's
not. He's
pieces.
plucking one every time he goes to the bathroom.
Every episode, he's like, another one. Bro,
He's getting old.
you can't take one out of the top of the head? Like, what's going on?
Well, I mean, he keeps getting his hair dyed, right? That's just
Right,
So
yeah.
his hair is dyed. So
Why wouldn't he get the bush dyed?
That's kind of weird.
I mean that's
Wait, why is that weird?
more
I mean,
weird
that's-
than the.
I mean, you could dye it himself. It doesn't seem like Homelander's the kind of guy to do that.
Why? What?
Clear. He's
I feel
getting.
like
You don't think that Homelander's the kind of guy to dye his pubes? He's definitely that
No,
type
I
of
feel
guy.
like he's the kind of guy. He's
He's
the kind of
clearly
freaky
not.
guy that shaves like all of it.
You don't shave it down?
It's
we are entering crazy territory.
Why?
We should be able to
Okay,
talk
we're
about these
actually-
things as
hold on,
like
hold on for a second.
grooming. It's
Can
fine.
I ask you? I really,
Charles,
no,
what?
hold on,
It's fine.
wait. I really don't understand you guys. Like everything that gets brought up is something that you can't talk about. There's so much shame. Shave it down, Jomi. I can tell you don't shave it down, and it's probably an issue. Like you,
Yo,
Jomi.
no, all right, we went way
Wait,
too
what
far.
I'm saying
I was there with you, Van, but no.
Wait.
Let's get back to the boys, bro.
But Jomi's still in his 20s. You don't really learn about shaving it down till you get to like 30, 31, and you want to shave it down. Jomi, you don't shave it down?
I'm not having this conversation with you guys.
I'm
I'm not engaging.
You know what? I really just don't understand, like, when we get into stuff like this, I don't understand why you guys are all like,
Wait, what?
uptight about
Me?
it. Not you. But I don't understand what the deal. And I know you shave it down. you probably are completely.
That's the wild. I know you.
Steve, I know Steve shaves it down. I know Steve shaves it down.
Man, so Frenchie
I'm
and
not- but
Chemical,
Steve-
man, they got that whole thing going on.
All right.
I know Steve probably gets sugared and lasered and the whole nine.
While we're talking about Sister Sage, I gotta be real. One of my biggest pet peeves in the shows when they're like, this is the smartest human on the face of the planet. And then they have the dumbest fucking plans ever. I was like, Sister Sage is running around doing a lot of nothing in these first three
I
episodes.
don't know. I think the plan to incite the Starlighters was like a thing, you know?
That plan went terribly.
Well, only because they were looking for old boy, right? What's his name? Mother's Milk, ex-wife,
the guy,
boyfriend, right?
Yeah, they were looking.
Because they were able to put that together and be like, yo, why were they there when Sister Sage and Homeland?
Mhm.
So, but here's the thing. If I'm the smartest person on the planet, all right, I'm already thinking, we live in a fucking surveillance state already.
That's such a good point.
You walk outside, it's just like
Cameras,
Google already
yeah.
fucking knows. Like,
How are you going to take 3 bodies and
Well,
put them
and that's the
there?
problem because Sister Sage is working with people that are ultimately idiots.
no, but here's the thing. It's like her plan, I'm just like, the boys work for the CIA, so they already just popping out. They can get into your phone, they can do anything. So I'm like, your best plan was literally transporting fucking bodies that were beaten by soups a couple miles and then just be like, nobody's gonna notice. And you showed up at the crime scene. Like, why
It
Sister
made
Sage
more
there?
sense to kill 3 people that were actually at the thing.
I mean, but it worked like until
It
A-Train
didn't.
sold. No, it did work
Yeah.
until A-Train sold them.
Mm.
Right? Jay was like, we have the.
But if you're the
thing right
smartest person in the world, I could already tell him, like, yo, A-Train's getting real fidgety. Like, I don't really trust this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about where all the characters are when we find them again. Mother's Milk is now the leader of the boys. Butcher is on the bench, and then Butcher is cut, waived.
Yep.
Waived. So you have that. You have Huey in the situation with his father. He seems to be anchored and grounded by his father's medical situation and his mother's return. You have Frenchie and Kimiko, kind of in a trial by fire for their relationship, as he has a new romantic love interest that he has all of this history with. You have Homelander just fully morphing into look, there's no way, well, we don't normally get political on this, but Homelander is an avatar for the MAGA right in the show.
This is the insurrection season. Like, you feel
Yeah,
it. Like,
yeah.
it's there.
In
It's
episode-
in the, like,
Right, it's
promo.
on the billboard.
In,
Yeah.
in episode 1, Singer's like, the election gets certified January 6th. And I was like,
Come on.
So, even that's an interesting choice. I wonder, how people look. We can talk about whatever we think and how we look at things, but the country's a big place with a lot of people that have different political beliefs. If I was interviewing Eric Kripke and the rest of the cast right now, some guys I've talked to before, I've done some Paley Fest stuff with the boys, I would ask them, how they felt about the fact, or how they feel about the fact that the show will probably be alienating to a large portion of the audience that doesn't want to see their political beliefs and their cult lampooned in this way. But
I
The
mean-
Boys is not shying away from it at all.
And his
If I'm gonna be
response was
real-
like, watch something else.
This is
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it will be.
this has been where the show has been headed for a while now.
Absolutely,
I mean,
you're
we
right.
had
Yeah.
we had a neo-Nazi in like
Season 2.
Yeah.
season 2 and season 3, Soldier, but like it's
Mhm.
the show has like been down this road. I think the funny thing about this season is that because of the strike and because of when it's coming out, this is one of the first seasons of The Boys where I'm like, oh, you guys aren't really ahead of the curve. And that's just because of when this is released. I'm just like, oh, you guys are talking about stuff that's kind of like almost every show we're getting now. It's just like, this is our insurrection episode. This is our like, oh, man.
I mean, but I feel like a show that's actually very well equipped to do stuff like that is The Boys. I think it's shown that like since the beginning.
Because Homelander represents the all-powerful white male that can literally do anything, kill anyone, anywhere, and then will have absolutely zero or incur absolutely zero consequences from his base and America at large because he just represents strength that they cannot turn away
And
from.
he moves with the privilege and lack of consequence that somebody would operate like
Talk
that.
about it, Steve. It's the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah,
Steve, that's-
confront your privilege, Steve. It's
Uh-huh.
the fuck I'm talking about.
Every day I
Steve.
watch The Boys.
Steve.
Which camera? Steve's camera? Which one?
Steve's
Steve's camera?
Mhm.
Steve,
talk about it.
Talk about white privilege, what that means to you.
So when I look in the mirror
Look
and I
at the
see
camera, look at the
Homelander's face,
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
right.
And
Let's move on.
I don't like the pandering.
right?
Don't like the pander. Okay? Steve, it would have been better if you'd have been like, yo, this country was for us, by us.
Oh. I will say that something that also this season's doing, if it's also the insurrection season, one thing that is making me nervous, because you see it a lot in music, is when artists get to a certain point, they make their I'm Going to Therapy album.
Mm.
Most popularly, like 444 by Jay-Z is a very
Yeah.
like, I went to therapy. And this season, I'm just like, oh, Homelander, Kimiko, all of them are like either actually going to therapy or saying the stuff that like lands you in there, which is, hey, I got everything I wanted and I'm still not happy.
Mhm.
Or you're having a bunch of characters having to go back to their past, where Huey has to finally confront his mother. Like Homelander, by the end of episode 3, is having visions of like his childhood because he's now there.
He's going back there.
He's
Mhm.
going back there. It's just
Yeah.
like every character is now, weirdly, The Boys almost seems in season 4 like a softer show, where I think in the first 3 seasons, it's a very brutal show. Butcher is always just like fucking up and backstabbing people. And this season, I'm like, oh, this is interesting, but I think a little creatively dangerous, where you're basically like, what do these characters look like when they're basically asking very vulnerable, almost corny questions? Because I do think that, like,
What are the corny questions to you?
if I'm just gonna be real, I think artistically, when an artist starts asking like, yo, I'm rich, I'm famous, why am I still happy? I'm just like, oh, that's not as interesting as
So you want niggas to sell dope on records for 25 years?
honestly,
Because
yes.
that's
Honestly,
oh,
yes.
Jesus Christ. Because
Yes.
that's the
Honestly,
only
you're- wait,
just,
so you're-
If Pusha T started talking about therapy, I'd turn that shit off.
just to be
Oh,
honest with you,
man.
because remember, that's the only other option, right? The only other option is you came out in 98 and you was flipping birds, and now you got a beard, you done shaved your shit bald, you got grandkids, and you flipping birds at 55, and I can't think of anything I want to hear less. But you
Right.
want niggas to flip birds in
You're like,
perpetuity
you're
on this
like
record.
Will Ferrell in the cameo
much.
for episode 2.
Here's the thing, everybody's like, oh, why Pusha T? You never rap about anything else. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't want to hear about Pusha T dropping his kid off at school. I just don't.
But Pusha T does rap about other things.
He does.
Yeah.
But none of them wholesome.
Well, like Pusha T has songs like Alone in Vegas, where he talks about like he's the only guy left. Those are the songs to me that are the best songs from him, because yeah,
Keys open doors. Like that's what I'm trying.
that came back. That's a long time.
Yeah.
ago. I like that.
You trying
Long
to
time.
hear Future talking about settling down? Keys open doors. Keys open doors. Keys.
Open doors. But let me tell you something. But Future different though,
How Future different?
because Future is amazing. Like I love Future, but you know that's. I mean, That's all that's there, right? If the future changing and being different would be like Rick James changing and being different. Like
I put Homelander, not politically, but like Homelander is like Rick James or Future to me, where I'm like, I don't want to see this shit.
You want him to be one note or like a little more one-dimensional than he is?
It remains to be seen, because here's the deal. What we never got a chance to do, I would be at least curious about an album about Future's trauma. Think about a whole album about the girl that Future met when he was like in the 10th grade.
And it ruined his life.
That ruined his shit.
Man.
And made him, it could just be called Alicia. And it's about the girl that fucked him up to where he had to be the most ancient nigga in the
album
history.
cover is his middle school yearbook picture.
I would at least be interesting.
Why would you
It's been
even
like 20
wish
years,
that
man.
upon anyone?
It's been 20 years. Let it go, bro.
I would be at least, bro. They never. Let it go.
He never lets it go.
But I know guys
Future
right
won't let
now
it go.
that's still hard on women. That's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Ever since Tramika fucked me over in 1993, I never, ever gave a woman my heart again. I'm like, hey, nigga.
I'm like, you were 12.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I want you to do therapy. I want you to let that hurt go.
No. Therapy's good in the real world. Creatively speaking, keep that shit away, bro. Nobody trying to hear that.
No.
Dimensions for the character,
Yeah.
right? If he's just like the same dude for 4 or 5 seasons, that gets boring.
There ain't no saving. Here's the thing. There ain't no rehabilitating, saving Homelander. This motherfucker
And that's
is
fine, but
evil
I'm
incarnate.
genuinely curious about the idea that, like, what if Homelander does think inwardly and, like, who would therapize him? Like, what's his journey look like even? Like, I could imagine that. What does that look like?
This is comic book 101, though.
Yeah.
Bucky killed Iron Man's mother. He was murdering S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Like
not Bucky. Winter Soldier, it's different.
Shit,
legally,
dog.
it's also different.
Sure.
But whatever,
All right,
bro.
man.
All I'm saying is that Homelander was raised in some kind of hot box in Omaha, Nebraska, and he wants to go back there and kind of figure it out. I'm interested in seeing how somebody, because they do also, I will say this about Homelander's character, they hint and pull you in the direction of his frailty all the time.
Yes, I will agree with that.
Insecurity all the time. There's his, and it's obviously very, very Donald Trumpish, his need to be loved and his need to be, received by humanity is something that you wonder why that is. And it's also playing itself out in the show with his inability to connect with his son.
Yeah.
See, okay, so the scene where Butcher has, the kid's name is Ryan, right?
Yes.
The scene where Butcher has Ryan come over to his house and he wants to feed him the cookies that he has laced with the drug or whatever. But they don't end up doing that. What ends up happening is they end up talking. They end up talking about his mother. They end up playing a game. Butcher ends up not dominating the kid, not dominating Ryan, but sharing with him.
Yeah.
And the share between them creates a bond that domination could never create. The share between them, hey, I played this game, hey, your mother, Butcher opening up to him ends up creating something that he could never have with Homelander. Butcher went into it thinking about doing it the Homelander way, but he ended up doing it the dad way.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back to Homelander, Homelander is literally asking him, like, I've given you all of this. Like, why don't you love me?
Right.
That question that he's asking his son is actually not asking his son. He's asking that to people. Because he can't save enough people to be a hero, right? He can't do enough things to be, he really wants this love and adulation, and because he doesn't get it, it makes him the worst villain on the planet.
And I think that's why the Ryan Butcher Homelander relationship thing is so special and powerful for the show, is because, Homelander could just go kill Butcher right there and end it and be like, cool, I killed that guy, great. But Ryan would never forgive him. Ryan still holds Butcher in a special place in his heart because that was his mom's first love, right? He knows that, like, Butcher and his mom had something special. And despite the fact that Homelander is his actual father, he knows how much Butcher meant to his mom. And so just being like, oh, Homelander could go kill Butcher, that doesn't work because that would alienate Ryan like crazy. And I think him being like a linchpin in their relationship is, I mean, we've seen these first 3 episodes, but I'm really excited to see what that looks like in the next 5 because like in these 3 episodes, it was really powerful and important.
I mean, I think honestly, the best part of the show, and I think there's a reason why Kripke has been so open about this is really a show about Butcher and Homelander, is like there's kind of a homoerotic subtext to their relationship. There is like a love that these two have for each other because it's like, and I think the genius of at least what Ryan does thematically and narratively is that these are the only 2 people in the world that could raise this child. And they don't want to admit it to each other. Where it's like Homelander is the only one who could relate to Ryan being this powerful, this young, and how alienating that can feel. And then Butcher is the only person who can relate to what happens when superheroes take everything from you. Because this kid is like, superheroes took away my mom. They took away a normal life from me. Yeah. And Butcher is literally looking at this kid like, oh, how can I be vulnerable enough with him to teach him how to accept his humanity? And I do think one of the things I realized in this season is I'm like, oh, the difficulty they are going to have is making the rest of the show just as interesting as the Butcher, Homelander, Ryan dynamic. Because when they go at that, I'm like, oh, this is cooking. Yeah. And then everything else is not bad at all. It's still really good. I love all these characters. But I think all of those things do struggle to match kind of the charisma and the emotional weight of that middle part of the show.
Yeah, we're not really humming with Huey like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Batman Joker of it all, right? Like these 2 characters, one of them goes away, the other one's like, what am I without this?
Yeah.
What dragon am I chasing? What am I doing if not for trying to get this guy right here? You know, and that's the momentum of the show, to your point. Like it totally propels everything.
Newman.
Newman.
Vicky.
Newman.
Love her.
My
I
type
love
of
her.
woman.
I don't think she's in enough of these first 3 episodes.
No. Does she feel a little sidelined? Because it's like in previous seasons, I was scared. Like I was like, oh shit, she could pop anyone's brain at any point. Like even the fact that we, in these couple episodes, see what she's done to her child. And it's not like her child gets like cool powers. Her child gets like
grotesque.
Grotesque aliens. When Frenchie starts shooting at the kid, I'm like, yo, Frenchie, chill, bro.
What you mean?
You see what she did to the other 2 dudes? She was like, not me.
What you want? You talking about, man.
That's still a kid.
Fuck all that, bro. bro, like you talking about after the fucking tentacles came out of her mouth? You gonna
it's over.
What you gonna try to reason with her?
He tried. He gave it a shot.
Hopping, motherfucker.
He gave it a shot.
Bam. I'm gonna shoot it with you. Yeah,
fuck him up.
Yeah, but bro, you're not at this point. Nah, fuck the kid shit. I thought about this as well. You guys ever see Pet Sematary?
Yeah.
So you know when the little kid becomes Pet Cemetery kid?
Yeah.
What's his name?
The point of the movie?
Gage?
Yeah.
The kid.
Yes, the kid.
You gotta kill Pet Cemetery kid. You gotta fucking kill
Yeah,
him.
but that's like...
Fuck that.
No,
right,
we're
they
not
were-
killing kids.
Here's the thing. It's tough to do it for a kid that you've known for a whole movie.
Okay, obviously you're not. I'm not talking about. See, this is the fucking thing. The question is a demon kid, like an evil killer kid. Like I'm not talking about. I'm talking about an evil killer kid. I'm talking about a kid.
We don't know if this kid's evil yet.
She fucking just
Whoa.
filleted 3 motherfuckers in front of his face.
To be fair, all right, let's walk back what happens. She walks into her mother's room, who's about to be the fucking VP. She sees 4 weird people rifling through shit, and she don't know if they're robbers or terrorists or shit.
Okay, fair point with her. But this is my thing, though. I got the blick on me, and I've just looked at them been completely dismembered by tentacles coming. I gotta use the blick.
All right, so all right,
I gotta use the
let's
blick.
put this. Let's not use the boys' universe. All right, let's say this is Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You walk in on a little child Cyclops. His eye beam's going out of control. He just killed 2 motherfuckers.
Is he gonna shoot me?
He's about to shoot you. Are you popping it?
Yeah, I gotta be. It's
no,
me or you,
soulless,
baby.
bro. You soulless.
What did T.I. say?
You're a neo. You are neo racist.
T.I. said, don't make it. T.I. said, don't make it a me or you situation. because I have you up in ICU visitation.
Oh.
All right. So if it's me and you, I gotta put at least in the leg. Come on. At least in the leg.
Frenchie got her in the chest like 3 times.
I know,
Didn't even
yeah,
help.
no, she's
Frenchie,
fine.
but also Frenchie tried. He tried.
Nah, he tried for 5 seconds. He's like,
you
fuck
mean?
it.
He was like,
He's like, I tried.
Hey, look,
And then
I can go.
by the way,
I
she
can
attacked Kimiko. By the way, Kimiko healing factor is crazy.
Great
Wait,
healing
was
factor.
Kimiko always? Because I was just like, she jumping out of building.
No,
Like,
she
well, she
Deadpool
wanted
now.
to be caught.
Yeah, well, because
to be fair,
he tested, right? Like at the beginning, it's like, how far can you take it? Clearly, they've been working for a long time, so she fell out of the building. She was
she
like,
got
it's light.
shot in the head.
But no, she unkillable now. And that's another thing I say about the first 3 episodes about this show. There's some powers that are being revealed that I didn't realize people had. Like Vicky Newman's her invulnerability.
I didn't realize she was invulnerable.
I didn't realize she was invulnerable.
Well, they didn't.
at least
they
not
didn't
like
know.
that.
Yeah.
Remember, they didn't know.
Oh yeah, because he splashes the acid. They're like, oh, that didn't
It's
work.
just so
Yeah.
casual in those first 2 interactions where she gets popped in the head and the acid, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
That
Oh,
was
I
a
will say
funny
the show
scene.
is getting
It's
too
very
cute
funny.
That's a
when
funny
Vicky is
scene.
like, damn, y'all terrible. How y'all getting worse at your job? And I, as the viewer, was like, I'm like, bro, we've been in this 4 seasons. Like, y'all motherfuckers your teamwork gotta be better. Because they just not,
She's
they
got a
don't
point.
accomplish shit. Like, Huey's fucking up at every turn. I'm like, get this motherfucker out
I
of
mean,
here.
I wouldn't say it was Huey. It was Depp Butcher sold him.
Huey, when he's in the vents, I'm like, you sweaty motherfucker. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah,
what
he
is
did sell
we
there.
doing?
Yeah, he did sell there.
It was hot. So we wanted
No,
we
but
wanted
like
not to
he's
sweat.
supposed to plant the bug and leave.
Yeah.
But he turns the bug off.
Fair.
Yeah.
The scene, the skate scene where the skater is killing everybody with it. What are Eric Kripke?
Who thinks of this?
Are you guys sick? You guys are some sick. We got episodes. We literally in The Boys got a guy eating his own ass.
All right, so no, I have to bring this up. That's where I was like, all right, this is too easy. Because sometimes with The Boys, in other seasons, I'm like, y'all gonna surprise me. They're gonna do something crazy. Like the urethra scene from, I think, last season, I was like, oh, God. This, I was like, they gonna have him eating his own ass, aren't they? Like, even before they I'm like, they gonna have him eating his own ass.
So you called that?
What other? Because I'm just like, once the nigga started moaning, I'm like, he's either sucking his own dick or
Hold on
he's
for a
eating his butt.
Hold on
Like,
for a
it's just
second.
like,
Hold on
there
for a
can only be, like, what?
Hold on for a second. Charles is a fan.
It's fine. It's fine.
Charles is a fan.
You had that on the mind
So
when you was watching?
you went right to he's eating his
Well,
own
all
ass.
right, so
That's crazy.
First of all, if I'm a fan, it don't matter. Here's
No,
the thing.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna walk.
no, no,
I'm
no.
going to show you how my mind works. So they walk into the locker room, right? And already, like, this motherfucker's freaky because the minute he does like the heart sign to Firecracker,
Yeah, he's a
I'm like,
weirdo.
he's a sick motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And he's like multiple man. There's multiple of them. I'm like, so he's an incel. He's not getting any. All right. So he goes to the fucking locker room. And then I'm like, wait, why are we in the locker room now? Why are they following him? And then you start hearing nasty sounds. And I'm like, this motherfucker hasn't bagged a shawty in 5 minutes. There's no way.
We
So
gotta talk about that shawty shit, by the way. We might have to leave that shawty shit in New York. We just might have to leave it. Just the term shawty. We have that shawty shit. We might have to leave that shawty shit in New York.
why are we leaving the shawty shit?
It's just nah.
What do you want me to
That's a
call?
bit.
What do you want me to call? Because I'm not calling them females. We're not doing that.
Okay, so let's think.
Women?
Wow, you're saying yeah, how about that? You're saying like there's only 2 options, Charles.
Nah, that's not player. Me walking in here and be like, dog, I got so many dates with the women.
Wait.
Nah.
First of all, it's not player to walk in here and say, I got so many dates. First of all, that's not player. Secondly,
I was
Aleya,
just saying
we have
that.
Aleya in the room. Aleya, what's your opinion on the term shawty?
I mean, I'm with you. Females is worse, but
Yes. All right, female.
Yeah.
I mean, none of these feel right. I'm gonna be real about
What-
it.
You're not
was-
thrilled
what-
about either.
If you walked up in here and you said I was out with all of the shorties this
With the
weekend with all
shouties.
these females, I would have been like, you need to get out of here. What are you doing?
All right, thank you.
Nah.
Yeah, but I guess so. You said right away, you looked at him and you was like, he gonna eat some ass. I could
This
tell.
freaky ass thing. Yes, he
Yeah.
looked like a freak. He looked. I was like, ew, this is not going great.
Sweaty.
But the show manages to, even through 4 seasons, manages still to make me go, man, what am I looking at? There's always a scene, the ass eating scene. I'm like, Jomi was over. We watched it together. And
What?
yeah.
Oh, this is where. All right,
We watched it together.
I have to ask because
Me and Jomi watched it together.
when the Mint Boys go to a movie theater, we all know that they're inappropriate as fuck.
Bricked up.
We did
Were
not.
either of you bricked up?
And
watching
Inside Out
this
2? No.
Not Inside Out
on
2.
the couch.
No, not
Were
Inside
you
Out
guys
2.
sitting next to each other?
So let me tell you what happened. We weren't, but so me and Jomi, we watched the first 3 episodes together. We watched it together, and you watching some ass eating on the screen, and it was.
Y'all was
I mean,
bricked up?
I wasn't
I
bricked
wasn't.
up.
I was not.
Jomi probably was.
I definitely wasn't.
You know how Jomi.
So who the
is.
freaky ass niggas now? I watched
Not-
this alone.
not me.
You watched it alone? Oh, I bet you did.
Thank God. Yeah, because when
no,
I
I
watched
can't watch
this, because when I see this, I'm like, at least nobody is seeing this.
Yeah, I bet you did. But that plus the
Well, no, we have to go back to the ice skating real quick
oh
because
Jesus Christ,
I was always afraid of ice skating, and I've only recently in adulthood be like, oh, I'm gonna go ice skate. This episode is why I was always afraid of that shit. I'm
Get
like,
cut
if
up.
I fall, like it wasn't even Homelander like slicing the woman with the laser beams. It's when one of the ice skaters rolls over the fingers.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is why a black man's not gonna ice skate. This is my fears come to life.
And he chopped somebody like neck open too, trying to get
with
out
the
of there.
with the
No.
skates, like no.
Can I
Don't
ask you
catch
guys a
me.
question? Is there a more terrifying villain that you could remember than Homelander
Absolutely.
in recent memory?
Um,
Think about it. What does Homelander rank on your? Because even though we're so well initiated with the character, we know the character. The scene where Homelander and Sister Sage are talking to that woman, they're
Mhm.
questioning her, right? I'm on edge. I'm like, oh my God, don't say the wrong thing.
yeah,
Don't
it's 'cause
give
it's
them
over.
all the information. He's going to kill you. Like, I still feel that way, like viscerally. When someone is around Homelander, I'm thinking, yo, is he about to kill them? Every single time. And there are very few villains that I'm as afraid for the character on screen being around him as I am with Homelander.
That's why I don't get why Sister Sage agreed to go with Homelander. Because I'm like, you're the smartest being on the planet. I'm like, if you just run the numbers, the averages, honestly, how many people have survived standing next to Homelander more than a couple years? Like, he's killing at least 2 or 3 members of the 7 every single fucking
It's
year.
part of her character. You know
Yeah,
why?
it is. Yeah.
She's so smart. She's also like Reed Richards
Mhm.
or Victor Von Doom or Tony Stark, insanely arrogant.
Yeah.
And so she thinks that she's a step ahead of him.
Mhm.
She's so smart. And I don't mean to cut your wisdom, Steve. What
No,
you
no,
say?
that was exactly what I was going to say. It's because her smarts and arrogance makes her think that she's above even Homelander. And it's like, she's going to be, like he said before, like, you're either going to be sat here reading books all the time, or I'm going to put your ideas on a global scale. What would you rather do?
Her ideas are dumb as hell for her global
Not to
scale
her
are dumb
though.
as
Like, you
hell,
could think that they're
too.
dumb, but that's what she's activated through him. And
If I'm the smartest person on the planet, even if I'm arrogant as fuck, I'm like, this motherfucker got eye beams,
I mean,
bro. I'm just like, bro, there's nothing I can say to it. Like, he just has one bad day. I'm gone. Also, she's not that smart because I'm never ordering a bloomin' onion to the crib.
Takeout Nas doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You
Doesn't
gotta get that
travel
shit
well.
fresh.
Does not
Now,
travel
I'll tell you
well.
this though. You could order it if you have an air fryer.
that's true.
If she has an air fryer,
I've done it and it works.
It works.
talk about it.
I'm a huge Outback stan myself, and therefore during the pandemic, you had to make it happen, and it worked. Yeah, air fryer is key, but you can make it work, man.
So
So
wait
you
a
order-
second.
it's
Wait
the
a
air
second.
fryer.
Outback
agenda.
on DoorDash on the regular?
So
Not on the regular. In LA, it's not even available out here. I was an SD at the time.
So you ordered the bloomin' onion and you used the air fryer, or
Yeah.
you didn't?
Yeah, use the air fryer.
Just to freshen it up.
Freshen up. What you put it on?
Nothing. It comes with sauce.
Excuse me. What do you put the air fryer on?
Oh,
Excuse me.
the settings?
Yes. What do you do? Tell
Bro, this was
give
like
people
3
for
years
the people
ago. I
out
don't
there that
remember.
want to reheat a bloomin' onion.
That's probably like
Honestly,
$3.50
I
on
would-
pre.
Like-
My advice would
10
be
minutes?
go low on the heat because you don't want to burn it,
Yeah.
and then just keep checking.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
once you hear it sizzle, it's done.
Ooh, let's clap it up.
Give it up.
Hey!
Give it up.
Big chance.
Once you hear it sizzle, it's done. They should put that on a commercial.
That's a bar.
bloomin' onion.
Outback Steakhouse is about to get Aleya up out of here. They just like, come on.
It's like,
All
hey,
this,
come to
are you
death row.
wasting
And
this at
I
the
would
regular? We
go.
need
I would
this for
go
Outback
immediately.
Giving
Steakhouse.
up the game, man.
I did think that though. The freak ass blooming onion scene that was of all the things that were disgusting about the thing. For some reason, the love scene between her and the Deep
You didn't like that.
on the
Yeah, I saw
I've
that.
never
You didn't like
gotten been eating a blooming onion and just got bricked up and horny because like also they don't wipe their hands and they start touching each other's face. I'm like,
she
this-
like drags him to her
It's
face.
so
with the
nuts.
food.
I'm just like,
it's really weird.
I always thought it was.
But that scene is interesting because like they start making out and they pan away and she's got like this bloody thing on the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
what
is that?
was that?
I think.
Did
it's
I miss
gonna come
something?
out. That's what I was thinking. I watched it like 8 times. I don't know what that is. I think that's gonna come back later.
Yeah,
But I was
what
interested.
was it looked like some sort of surgical instrument. It was covered in blood. They get to it real quick, but I think in subsequent episodes we'll see. But I have no clue what it was. Jomi was sitting there and he was bricked up. And then he goes, when the blood flow came back to his brain, he was like, yo, Van, what was that thing? We went back and we looked at it, couldn't figure out what it was.
What else did you go back and look at it this episode?
Nothing.
You know what I did actually go back and look at? It's gonna be
No,
weird,
no,
but
keep
it's fine.
going. Joe.
The scene, the first episode, when this is gonna sound crazy, but I promise it has a point. It's the scene where Homelander tells the Deep to blow A-Train.
Oh, man.
That was wild. That
That
was
scene
wild.
All right.
Was crazy.
Oh, no, we need a freaky ass nigga drop, bro. Nah, Joe.
Because
Nah.
It's a funny scene.
Clean this up, man.
No. It's a funny scene.
Kaylee's, her face.
It is.
Ashley's
Ashley's
face
face
is crazy.
It's crazy. She's never been enjoying anything more in her life than that moment right there. I was like, bro, you're not gonna do it, bro. He walks over. A-Train stand up. A-Train
No, when
stands
A-Train
up.
stands up, I'm like, bro.
like,
I
it's
was
just a
like, I'm
spectrum,
like,
bro.
I was
bro.
watching. I was like, he's on his knees. It's a spectrum, bro. I was like,
The funniest thing about the scene to me was Homelander was so disappointed in him.
He's like, nobody
was
said
like,
no.
Get up! Like Homelander was so disappointed. He's like, God damn, I hate these motherfuckers. He's like, get up! Get up right
Here's
now.
the thing, dog. I can't see his face, but this is how I know he's one of the funniest motherfuckers like on the show now. Whoever they got playing Black Noir.
Oh my God!
Oh, he's so funny.
Oh my God!
It's like, you're still talking.
It never misses. Black Noir, shut the fuck up.
What's my motivation?
It's
I
your
just need
only
more-
deal is not talking.
Yeah,
You're still talking?
It's
It's
funny
like-
every
every time.
single time.
Every time. Shut the fuck up, Noir.
You don't talk. That's the one thing you don't do is talk.
Like,
Hey, what he was doing when they were practicing, he was like doing too much.
he's like, hey,
Doing too much. You
doing too much.
But here's the thing: if I was a superhero, I'd be the same exact way. I'd be like, bah, 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 bah. I'm so excited. Also, here's the thing: I was getting very, very annoyed when A-Train had the whole blindside moment. But the minute Will Ferrell
Will
popped
Ferrell
up,
was so funny.
I was like,
Why are you out
But see-
slinging yayo on the street?
what do you think? Just like,
Yo, but they sold that scene
It's so great.
so well. Shout out to Jesse T. Usher because in that scene, he is acting like those pathetic niggas act in those movies. I'm sorry. Those dudes be pathetic in those movies. It's like, I don't have
It's like
nothing else.
He's like, we actually wrote it. We don't have.
We don't
Nothing.
have nothing else.
Yeah, like it's like he was playing it so real and so authentically, and then just having him be the dude that's dealing the dope because he could move super fast. That's funny.
That's good.
That's funny.
But I felt, here's the thing: I felt bad for his brother though, because that's how they really be doing the black biopics. It's like your brother might have been like, what does A-Train say? He's like, yo, he was fucking waiter. Like, nah, he was a drug dealer. He was the biggest motherfucker out here. I'm like, damn. It always do be the brothers and sisters who get thrown on the bus.
Is Victoria Neuman, coming back to her real quick, is she as powerful as Homelander?
No.
No.
I don't know, man.
At least, I
You
mean,
mean like-
so
invulnerability, sure.
So
Strength,
invulnerability-
yet to be
like- you don't
seen.
mean like
no.
power
I'm
way.
not
You
talking
mean like-
about. I'm talking about like. So she's invulnerable, and she can pop anybody's head at any time. Is she?
Didn't they say something though that like even with someone like Homelander, even if she popped his brain, I feel like they said something where it's like it might not be that effective.
Like it couldn't work on him.
Yeah, something
I
like
don't
that.
think it could. Like I think it can work on most soups and most.
I've never known a
everything.
superhero that's more in touch with his invulnerability than Homelander because he's like, anthrax doesn't work on you? Like, how do you know that anthrax doesn't work on you?
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
Let's consult the internet. Newman has already said it would be difficult, but not impossible to explore Starlight's head. So if it's difficult to explode Starlight's head,
then
probably would be pretty fucking hard to pop Homelander.
Right. So for normal human beings, she can do that.
Are heroes in this world who have V? I think they have a base set of invulnerability and strength that everyone around them does not have. Because, like, I'm getting to this point, like, even when they're just like, hey, when Homelander's like, we want you to beat all those guys dead, A-Train...
He can lift up that guy and just throw him over his shoulder with one hand. So, like, that's pretty strong.
A-Train and the Deep just don't have, like, speed and can breathe under the water.
Yeah.
They are quite literally more invulnerable and stronger and seem to have a little bit more of a healing factor than normal humans.
Yeah.
So I do think that her being able to pop people's brains, maybe your brain is a little bit stronger than the average human.
I just think I think it's like a level like just like Firecracker, right? She's also like invulnerable. There's like I think that's kind of like the simplest power most people get probably is like you have this and you're also invulnerable. I think that's like the way I see it because most of them have that level of like they take beatings and they're just like fine.
Because there seems to be some type of situation between them where they have a healthy respect for each other's power level. Look at this picture.
Look, man, I love Mother's Milk, man. Needs the beard.
Yeah,
he does.
He needs the beard.
We gotta, if you call him, we gotta call it up. Like the beard gotta come back because even in the first episode, they like you ain't eating, and I'm just like, is it that he's not eating or he just doesn't have the beard anymore?
I love that one scene where he has her over and he just lights one candle.
Oh, that's
trying to put on.
No, that's an ape shit.
No, it's so
fucking thing
it's
to
so
do,
funny
bro.
because it's just a raw candle on a table. It's not on a stand. The wax could just drip on the table. He just bought a candle, threw it on the table, was like,
Think about it.
Walked.
Well, you gotta think about it.
This is to Van's point. This is how I know you're a whore.
Yeah.
Because you thought about candles, stands.
Who puts a
how to
candle
light
just
them.
like
A
right
man
on a
who's
table
trying to get
and
his
lights
wife
it?
back.
Sometimes it's better when the candle gets all messy like that. It's like it looks cool. It looks sexy.
And you're just gonna let it like crustacean all over the table?
Sometimes. So if you have a candle, and shout out to my big brother, if you have a candle and the candle is in a little glass thing, then it kind of looks like you're like it's a Bed Bath and Beyond situation. But if you just put a raw candle, because think about it, it's raw.
Oh,
No protection.
Why did I know that
It feels better.
right?
Okay, you know what I mean? You feel all the veins of the candle. So if you have put the candle there and you just light it, the candle gets all like it's like one of Gandalf's candles, and it's got all the things on the side
one
of
of
it.
Gandalf's candles?
You know Gandalf got candles and shit.
Yeah, and he puts them on stands
The
because
wizards
he's got to
have candles.
read.
But even when the candle is on a stand,
Right,
and it's like waxing over and all of that stuff, that's tight.
right.
That's
But it's
dope.
just on the table.
Shut up.
It was
nigga.
funny to me.
So
it's
really
just-
quick, let's stay
Trying to get
on
his
Mother's
life back.
Milk. Also, they're doing my man so dirty this season because A, the boys don't respect him. B, now everybody knows what's the white boy's name, Todd.
Yeah.
They're all like, yo, Todd's packing. Oh, his
Tough.
wife is even like, yo, Todd was laying it down. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, why are
Why
everybody?
are you talking to me like this?
Why are you taking away from Mother's Milk?
Is Mother's Milk good as the leader of the boys?
Probably not.
He's not.
A little too dictatorial, right?
I don't think it's being like too much of a dictatorship. I do think Butcher's ruthlessness in this type of stuff might be needed. Like, I don't want to say he's a peacetime general, but Butcher's a wartime general, and this is wartime.
And
And
Butcher gave people more agency, it seemed like. He would put you in situations that you probably weren't ready to be in, but he would throw you into the deep water and let you do your thing a little bit more, it seems.
And I think that's why Mother's Milk is kind of angry and trying to like course correct too much in the other direction from how Butcher had led the team before, because he's just like, not doing it like this guy. As long as it's not that, then I'm happy. And then nobody respects it because that's not how we've operated.
Although the A-Train flip thing, I think,
Was very, very savvy.
yes.
nice. It
Yes.
was
That
good.
was a
That was good.
Yeah.
That was he recognized that A-Train was ready to be flipped. That was very savvy.
You
Gotta
know
be
how we can recognize that? Because every season, one of these motherfuckers is ready to flip. Like, god damn. The 7 are the most. Here's the thing. This is also a 4-season problem. I'm like, yo, every season we got a new motherfucker who's ready to snitch in the 7.
Well, I mean, think about it though. You have probably 2 different types of people that are make it to the 7, right? Because this is the number 1 superhero team. One, you have people who are cynical from the beginning because Vought is such a capitalist enterprise. And shout out to Giancarlo Esposito, who was not in this season yet, but
we'll see.
Yeah. Such a capitalistic enterprise, and they know it's a show and a game from the beginning. But then you do probably have some people who believed that for a time they were going to be heroes.
Annie.
Right. And you get to the 7, and then you see that it's not that. You go along to get along for a while, but it erodes you for a second. You know, A-Train he got his brother, he's got other situations, he's got the whole pool of the dashiki community.
You know what I mean?
He's got the entire thing. So he's a little bit more of a complicated character than maybe some of the other people in the 7 that just go along with whatever Homelander wants to do.
I mean, but if I'm Homelander, I'm putting bugs on everyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? After you've had 3 seasons of people flipping on you, I'm putting little trackers, like what's the iPod tags on
AirTags?
AirTags?
Yeah, just like where's you at? Because it's just A-Train. I'm looking at A-Train. Here's the thing too. Homelander's an idiot because I'm just like, the minute you told A-Train and the Deep to suck each other off, I'm like, one of them's flipping. Like, this is just, one of them's gone.
Sage is going to find out. I think Sage is going to be on to...
is that why Sage potentially is seducing the Deep?
Could be. Sage is going to find out about what A-Train is doing because he's too flagrant. He's not smart enough. He's not savvy enough. Putting someone whose power is intellect on the show on the 7 was really, really savvy to me by the creative team. And the reason why I say that is because, like, a lot of the stuff that's happening now with the show, we've gone to the end of what the show can really give us physically as far as these guys' powers. We've seen it all. But the show now is a lot about mind games and manipulation and different philosophies and different visions of things. That's really the main thing that's happening. So having someone whose power is being able to recognize, diagnose, and then weaponize people's feelings and motivations is really, really, really amazing fodder for plot to me. So like, she's adding a lot to the show already, just the way she is.
I mean, I think narratively, this was the only way that you could go because every season, I feel like they introduce a character to stand next to Homelander.
Yeah.
That is going to be that person who can push up against them. Who's the blonde woman from season 1?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Elizabeth Shue's character.
Right.
I'm forgetting her name. But there was her, there was Giancarlo Esposito. Now there's Sister Sage. I think
there was Stormfront to a degree.
Stormfront. This show is very, very good where it's like Butcher can't
sit well.
Yeah.
Butcher can't always he needs people to play off of. And I think Anthony Starr is such a good actor and he brings so much charisma to this role that you need to throw obstacles in his way. And I think Sister Sage is kind of like the last, like, what does the strongest, most like immovable object or like force do when the smartest person in the world is manipulating them?
Yeah. I mean, look, the very first scene between them, she demonstrates that in one aspect, she's more powerful than he is. He asked her to demonstrate her power, and she basically read his entire life to him right there in 3 seconds. And that's something that he didn't think was possible because no one's ever been able to penetrate his aura or his strength like that except for people that he let in. So, I mean, she's a very formidable character. One character we haven't talked about that much as we kind of get a handle on these 3 episodes was Starlight.
Has she been sidelined? For these first 3?
I think she needs to be a little bit.
You think Starlight needs to be sidelined?
I don't think she needs to be. Like, she has, in my opinion.
This is suffering from, there's like a lot of characters and there's only so much real estate. Yeah. And I think with Starlight, we've seen her be a part of the 7, revoke the 7. Basically now she wants to be Annie. Yeah. And like, at least right now, I'm just like, where we see her at the end of episode 3, basically being like, I need to be Starlight again. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's hard to find a spot for her in these plot lines because again, we're spinning a lot of plates with a lot of people.
And she's not even part of the boys, technically. Like she is
she's
now.
trying and she's getting a handle on the powers. But and like it's still like we're kind of moving a little faster than you right
even
now.
The group is like, you ain't one of us. Like, what the fuck? Like, so that's where I think the show does not know what it wants to really do with her or where she fits because she's obviously not in the 7. She's kind of in the boys. And that just leaves her on an island alone.
I think her as a standalone soup not connected to Vought is interesting. Because I think she reclaims the Starlight mantle at the end of episode 3. Maybe it's the end of episode 2.
In episode 2, yeah.
In episode 2. I think her reclaiming the mantle, but not being run by Vought is interesting. I think her it hasn't been a very strong or compelling 3 Starlight episodes. It wasn't.
But a lot of game left, you know.
A lot of game left. I do think, the Starlighters, her becoming Starlight again, her going back and forth with that. I think that's gaining some momentum.
And it's also weird
episode 4.
It's also weird to like quantify like a political social media movement because that's more or less what Starlight and the Starlighters have been symbolized as for like a while, and it's weird to like I've always had a weird issue with like portraying like political movements via social media when it comes to storytelling because it's kind of just like, okay, you see a TikTok and then like a couple of people are like, we love Starlight, and that's kind of it. Like
I agree with
because it's never really like hit with me. I'm like, okay, this is to lay the groundwork of how an entire political movement feels versus Homelander's crew.
She's honestly at this point, she's like Taylor Swift and DeRay, and it's just like not really working in terms of just like
Taylor Swift and who?
DeRay.
And DeRay.
DeRay who?
DeRay.
What do you mean Taylor Swift and DeRay? Why you bring DeRay into it?
She is like America's sweetheart, and everybody's like, Starlight, we believe it's Starlight. But then she's also like leading basically like this.
Oh, she's Taylor Swift and DeRay
like
together.
Oh, not Taylor Swift versus DeRay.
Versus DeRay. Like that, like at least in this universe, that's
DeRay.
where she's just like, she's the person standing.
Shout out to my guy, DeRay. Shout out to you. You did a lot of great work.
The Starlight thing is interesting because the social media thing is just like got to speak these things up, right?
Right, and it's this weird like storytelling shorthand that like never really resonates with me.
It doesn't resonate, but
so what you're basically saying is you don't really feel. I glitched out. You were like what you're basically saying is you don't feel like what Starlight is representing is grounded well in the show or it's crafted well.
It's just muddy. I agree with you, Steve, where it's like that part of the show has always been kind of fast.
Well, her political acumen and her presence in the world as we know it is about adoration from fan bases and from people that will steer a political movement that are basically pawns and chess pieces that Homelander and Sister Sage are here to play with, a la episode 1. But like, it's hard to like fully illustrate that on that scale.
I mean, but that's part of it, though. I think part of her character right now is her struggling to define what it is that she is.
Exactly.
She wanted to be Annie January. They wanted her to be Starlight. Seems like she's reclaimed Starlight. The question is, what does that mean? Especially now that we know that back in the day,
she was wilding.
She was wilding. Now, let me tell you something, and this is not funny, but they shouldn't have made this scene as funny as what it was. So
we talked about this yesterday.
So, because this is not funny, but one of the funniest things that's ever been said on the show is when Firecracker said to Starlight that you told people that I had an ass fuck orgy with the judges of the show. Ass fuck orgy. Like, a lot of things have been said. I don't know why ass fuck orgy is so funny to me. Why couldn't it have just been a regular orgy? Why was it in?
Because I feel like
you need some more descriptive verbiage. Because if not, you're not the boys.
Being more descriptive, honestly, I think sells the lie. Because she's just like, because if it's just a regular orgy, you making that up. She's like, it was an ass fuck orgy. People like,
but think about how diabolical Starlight is, man. Like think about how diabolical Starlight is to go around. Because when I was they 13. When I was in the 8th grade, I wasn't even thinking about ass fucking like that. But Starlight is
when did ass fucking come on your radar, Van?
So I found a video.
I just wanted to know.
And the video had a theme.
I bet it did.
I'm gonna say. And so I was like, the whole video? And then they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh. And then I made the mistake of asking my dad about it.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is true happened in 1995.
You remember this?
Yeah, I made the mistake of asking my dad about it. My dad was, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, well, son, people got different things they into. Sometimes people do different things, There's a lot of different things you can do. But you don't be doing that, boy. Don't you get with none of them little gals in your school and try to do that. You get yourself in trouble. Get your ass out of here. But I asked him about it. That was his whole answer. Ha ha, sometimes people are into different things. Rest in peace.
I mean, actually, that's, I think, one of the better ways you could answer that question.
Well, Jomi was over to the house and
asking you about it?
No. I just
told you to think on Jesus.
Jomi was
Think
over
about
to the
Jesus.
house and I just laughed. Like, you told the judges I had an ass fuck orgy. You told people
it was the funniest shit he ever heard. I was like,
you told people I had an ass fuck orgy with the judges. That's funny, bro. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about.
I mean, you can laugh. I think you guys are debating about like Starlight's purpose in these first 3 episodes. I think that scene was really really powerful. I thought
ass fuck orgy scene.
Yes,
powerful.
Here's the thing.
Powerful ass fuck orgy.
Can I talk? Can I talk? Because we're wondering, like, yo, Firecracker doesn't believe in the stuff she's saying.
No.
She's just yapping, right? You get people to believe this stuff. They think they're down, but I make them feel good and I get to make money. I get to do my thing. We find out, like, that's kind of a reason, but it's not the reason, right? She hates Starlight's guts.
For good reason.
I mean, yeah, right? I mean, it's been like, maybe like 15, 20 years. Maybe you kind of, some people
let that
go. You know what I mean? But that's real hate. That's real hate. And so we're like, yo, what's Firecracker's purpose? And it's her and Starlight. Like, they're setting that up to be something that goes down in the future. So ultimately, you're like, oh, what's going on with Starlight? I think that scene is her purpose. Her and Firecracker are going to be going back and forth across the table for the next 5 episodes until one of them comes out on top.
Can I be real? 2 things.
Go ahead.
First of all, Firecracker is an insane name for
she went by Sparkler as a kid.
A racist
Firecracker.
No,
and I think number 2, I will say, Starlight
Annie
ain't shit because she's like, she does like the white girl apology. She's like, oh man, I'm sorry, and I'm like, you really ain't sorry. You
that's the point though. But that's the whole thing they're going for.
And that's the interesting part about it, because when it comes back to the ass fuck orgy, think about like how crazy that is. What a crazy rumor a ass fuck orgy is. To spread about somebody. Like, if we're talking about ass fuck orgies here, thinking about like that type of situation and putting somebody in the middle of an ass fuck orgy is like way
honestly, that was Annie is Kendrick. Like, she just spread a rumor. Everybody's like, it's like, y'all just like, damn.
Think about if Kendrick did a song where he accused Drake of being in an ass fuck orgy.
And they're singing that in the Kia Forum this Tuesday.
So she goes around, and she think about how she said it. And just let you guys know, Sparkler, I heard she was in an ass fuck orgy with the rest of the judges. That's diabolical, bro. That's how you would say it. Also, one thing about that, on a serious note, is a lot of times when you're looking at people and they're representing such extreme views that are clearly wrong, and you're looking at these people and you're saying, I know that you don't believe that. The thing that your mind goes to is, what's going on with this person that is making them espouse these views in this way?
Right.
Have they been this thoroughly indoctrinated? Is there some type of hurt or trauma that is leading towards that? And in this situation, when you see Firecracker and you see like the online identity that she's cultivated for herself, to know that it all comes from a place of hurt, it gives the character 2 things. 1, it could probably be undone. All right? So you don't know if Firecracker is going to be beholden to that. But before it is undone, it is going to be completely irrational.
Yeah.
It's going to be totally irrational, because like when it comes from a place of pain like that, there's no rationality to it. Yeah. So is it irrational that she held on to it? Yeah, but it's a formative fucking hurt.
I don't know
trauma.
If it's irrational. Maybe it's unhealthy. But if a motherfucker spreads a rumor about me that I was in the ass fuck orgy with the judges,
in an ass fuck orgy,
motherfucker, I'm dog forever. You're my.
I mean, she did have to leave the circuit after that. It's like real.
She left the circuit because everybody on the circuit believed that she was in an ass fuck orgy with the rest of the people that were judges.
Mother's Milk and Butcher fight They fight this episode.
Man, Jomi, you're
Serious.
you know,
You keep saying ass fuck orgy.
because it's funny.
It's not that funny to say it
It's
30
starting to
times.
lose meaning.
Somebody
got to
put a counter. Somebody got to put a
An
counter.
ass fuck orgy counter?
So we gotta put a counter.
Yeah, we should
There
have.
will be bleed over
F-
from the next episode. I
Oh.
promise.
What's like? I'm telling you,
We need an AFO counter.
an AFO counter. I'm telling you right now, it's like a terrible thing that you could say about somebody, and I thought it was horrible. And Starlight should be ashamed of herself.
Of course.
What you don't do is you don't go to somebody and tell them that another person in the pageant was in an ass fuck orgy with the rest of the people.
Where are we at
It's
with the ass fuck
disgusting.
orgy counter?
I don't know.
It's got to be
It's
in
gotta
the
be high.
30s and 40s.
All right, 3 episodes of The Boys out of the way. Question: give me a hype meter, a small hype meter. We're gonna do a midnight hype meter, but not to 12 to 10. About your excitement for the rest of the season based upon the first 3 episodes that we got.
1 to 10, you said?
1 to 10.
I'll go first.
7.
Okay.
I'm at a 10.
Okay.
I'm at a 9.
I am at like a 5.
Of course you
All
are.
right. Of course you will.
What?
That's
I'm
fine.
Brad, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah!
Cuz I'm Brad, ladies and gentlemen.
Drink champs.
Yeah.
Don't ask me a question that asked me to lie. Like,
No,
No
hey,
one's saying
we,
you
we
were
wouldn't
lying.
ask for anything
Charles,
more.
Come on,
Charles.
man.
My nigga, that was the most predictable answer of anything. Okay. Excuse
why do
me.
y'all act surprised?
Because it's
Not the
that's part of
least.
our bit. You do your bit, we do our bit.
That's
okay?
our bit.
When are we gonna refresh the bits? Are we gonna refresh any of the bits?
We got a
for
clapping
YouTube,
bit
or we
going on
doubling
this whole
down?
I mean,
time.
we just went to YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This is a new era.
that was, we could like just, frankly, just start from scratch.
We could have
Rebrand.
fucked their heads up. We could have switched it. You could have been like super fucking positive. We could have like really for YouTube.
We can still do it. This is video. We could cut it. And then
I think
All right, take 2.
I think we gotta ride the horse that brought us here.
Right.
It brought us where?
to
the
ask
ass
for
fuck
orgies.
orgy. All right. That's a wrap. Check out the House of R's deep dive on the Acolyte Season 3. On Friday, Mint Edition returns to give you their review of Inside Out 2. Delightful.
Yeah, very delightful.
was.
We spoke to the director as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, go check
Kelsey
out.
Mann.
Wait, do you guys want to plug Mint Edition? What do you got on Mint Edition coming up?
Yeah.
We got that. We got the Inside Out 2 review and our discussion with the director.
Kelsey Mann.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We had a blast.
That's fantastic. Amazing. Sunday, Talk to Thrones returns with their reaction to the season 2 premiere of Hot D. Next week, the Midnight Boys will be back with our reactions to the Hot D premiere and the Acolyte and the Boys. Oh my God, there's so
We're in
much
it.
content.
We're in it.
Our producer is Steve, the Architect Ahlman, Jonathan Choco Taco Kermah.
Oh no,
It's on-
redo it. No,
Choco Taco's
no,
crazy.
no,
Foul.
We're not
Brother
making
man.
anything.
Foul.
Choco
That's
Taco
not a
is
thing.
nuts.
We're not doing that,
Foul.
bro.
Choco
New
Taco is
name.
crazy.
We're not putting Kerm in that position.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 3 nicknames for Kerm,
Every episode.
and then we're gonna find out which one sticks. Okay, so you don't like Choco Taco?
So if I start getting white folks calling me Choco Taco because of you,
That would be funny.
we're gonna have a
That would be so funny. You don't like Choco Taco?
no.
Okay, so
no.
let's get Choco Taco out of here then. Okay, Jonathan Count Chocula Kermah.
Oh, I like that.
Count Chocula's really good. Count Chocula's really good. Count Chocula.
You better take Count Chocula.
Count Chocula. Count Chocula is good.
Here's the
bro.
thing.
Kerm,
It's
let
going to
me-
be worse if you give him
Kerm, let
another
me tell you
shot.
something. You
Bro.
take Count Chocula.
I take Count
because
Chocula, bro.
He's going to call you
Chocula.
Blackula next.
This is like deal or no deal. Like you called the banker 30,000 right now.
You fucking with Count Chocula?
I know I'm gonna take this to HR. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's
Okay,
what
for
I'm gonna
now,
take.
we'll go with Count Chocula, but then next week we'll give him one. Jonathan Kermah is a very handsome chocolate brother, is what we're trying to say. Okay? All right. And Aleya in Paris Zenieris is also a producer. Jomi, the architect, Jomi the explainer Adeniran is on social, #HotDJomi. I'm sorry.
You like that one?
Additional production from Arjuna Ramgopal. Chuck, take us out.
Oh, the D's are hot. We're clapping like Nori. And if you've learned anything in this episode, The Midnight Boys love some ass fuck orgies.
I'll go first. I was given for Christmas, which
At
maybe
what
this
age?
was, what do you mean? Like Christmas a couple of years ago.
Okay.
This whole thing from this company, and this is not solicitation for any type of, it's called Manscaped or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a waterproof.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah. I have one.
What the
Then
fuck
why
are you talking
why
about
are you
this?
doing
Why are
this?
you acting like it's some kind of big fucking deal that we can't
Why are you
fucking-
ashamed? Just
It's
be
a
like, I Manscaped. It's fine.
It's a regular fucking product that people have when they shave it down. They got the crop cleanser. They got the crop.
And the crop cleanser is crazy.
I
Nick.
don't
Wait,
know
wait,
any
wait.
of that stuff.
They got a whole. It comes with the wet thing that you can, because you can use
What?
it in the shower. It's waterproof.
Okay.
And then it comes with a special cleaner for your balls, a special cleaner for the gooch area, a special cleaner. You feel much better about life after using these products. It's a real thing. Why can't we talk about that?
I am pro Manscaped.